In 25 years of HIV/AIDS, in the very beginning, you had Magic Johnson, who came out and said, hey, here I am, I have HIV. 25 years later, Charlie Sheen. But in between that, there's nobody. Does that not tell you the kind of stigma, fear, innate, and an internal hatred that comes with this diagnosis? It's got a moral judgment. The New York Times quit printing it, printing the death cause in people's obituaries, because when it said AIDS, there was so much moral judgment. So that stopped all death references in the New York Times. It still has a strong connotation, stigma attached to it. I'd like to try and neutralize that a little bit, because it's an enormous burden for somebody to carry privately, with the constant fear of somebody else's reaction. I thought it was risky taking this step, but people have been incredibly kind to me. They were kind to me to begin with. They continue to be kind to me. That's the greatest thing that I can come out of this with, is that I have their support, and I don't have to try and hide something. I mean, I love this city, and I've loved this community, and I've worked hard for, I worked hard in the beginning for AIDS and for HIV.
Do you feel in the years since it's kind of been swept under the rug a little? People, you mentioned between the stigma.
It's difficult to talk about because it has a sexual connotation. And in America, that's hard for people to discuss. But it's a part of life that we can't get away from now. And because it is so private, and because there is so much fear, there is not a lot of disclosure. And, I have the clearest conscience of any man I know. And that's a nice thing to have.
And what prompted you to make the announcement?
Disclosure. It's a disclosure. I've done it privately since I was diagnosed 14 years ago. Why did I do it? Well, quite honestly, I had a terrible accident a year ago that I damn near bled to death. Accidentally, pure freak accident. And I was lucky I didn't die. But it also left me with the sensation internally that there was a reason I didn't, because there was no reason to not. Honestly, it was just me here in the house by myself. There is no reason I should have made it. But I did. And when I came out of it, I thought, okay, you've really been given a second opportunity. There is a lot of stigma attached to it. And if I could just lessen that a little bit for those who are carrying this weighted burden, and if this helped them, it's worth it.